we spoke quite a bit on the first one,
Yeah.
actually, about her portraying me
Hmm.
and what she wanted, what I was hoping Mary was going to be like carried over into adult form. Because with the first one, we spend so much time with the kids, and then all of a sudden, these adult counterparts are introduced, and you really want to feel like there's that string of the same character.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods hits theaters on March 17th. So, how does this movie stand out from the first one?
Oh gosh. It's bigger and there's more people, even more people
Yeah.
than the first time. There's more monsters, there's more action. We got to launch off of the foundation that the first one established with all of the characters and the lore. And with this one, the characters actually go on an adventure. The Shazam family actually is up against something together. And having to we get to see their powers more this time around.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you get to play the superhero version of Mary, and of course, Mary Bromfield, which is actually pretty interesting because in the first one, you were just Mary and then play the superhero version of her. So, what was your reaction when you learned you were going to play both characters?
Joy. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't, I didn't believe it at first because you just never know in this industry what's going to happen. And my motto is always, I'll trust it once the movie's out.
Yeah.
um, but no, oh gosh, I was just so delighted, and it was so exciting to get to jump into training and trying to get more of the physicality. And honestly, it was really exciting to have more to chew on, right? I just got to play even more of Mary, and literally have more action to do.
And speaking of the training, how was training for you in this movie?
Um, well, I was doing kickboxing, taekwondo,
Yeah.
as well as my ballet background. So I was taking ballet classes. So there was kind of this balance of grace and feminine fluidity with the ballet, but then power and strength and stability with the taekwondo and the kickboxing. But I was taking so many classes and running to superhero fittings and getting there with sweaty hair from a previous class. So it was a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Of course, yeah, I'm pretty sure you had to enjoy that experience. And you talk about superhero fittings. I'm pretty sure putting on that costume for the first time had to be exciting for you. So, how was that experience like?
Um, well, it was a gradual stage of pieces, if you will,
Right.
because first they scan your body with a 3D machine and you see yourself in 3D form. And then you're seeing sketches of what the costume might look like, and having someone who you've just met, take measurements of your body. There's so much thorough planning that went into it, that finally, when I got to put on the first mock-up of the suit,
Yeah.
it kind of was surreal because there was so much buildup with all the drawings and the seeing, what the idea was, then it actually coming into fruition. In a way, it was almost like they had created this comic book sketch and then I was wearing it. So it was the nerdiest experience of my life, probably.
I bet that had to be pretty exciting for you as well. But um, when it comes to Mary, she's obviously the oldest of the group of kids. So in this movie, does she kind of take more of a leadership role?
Yes. I mean, yes and no.
Yeah.
She's kind of in a funny stage of life that I think a lot of us relate to, where she's graduated high school, but she didn't go to college and she's in this funky gap year.
Yeah.
Um, Kind of trying to find friends outside of her family because she's always spending time with her family. So there is kind of this push pull where she's the oldest, so naturally she speaks her mind. when there are decisions made that maybe she thinks are immature and not the right move. But then there are also elements of her kind of wanting to branch off and do her own thing and not necessarily be bound by her family all the time. So 50-50 as far as leadership goes. But I think it's just in her blood. She can't help but get a little, what would the word be? Not bossy, a little direct, and leadership. We'll call it leadership.
Leadership. Yeah, I like that. But in the first film, Michelle Borth played superhero Mary. So do you get a chance to talk to her before filming to kind of get some advice of kind of how to be or portray a superhero?
You know, we spoke quite a bit on the first one.
Yeah.
Actually about her portraying me and what she wanted, what I was hoping Mary was going to be like carried over into adult form. Because with the first one, we spend so much time with the kids, and then all of a sudden these adult counterparts are introduced, and you really want to feel like there's that string of the same character. And so it was actually really lovely on the first one because she came to me and asked me, you know, who are you making Mary be? What's some brain, you know, mind, what's her mindset? Where is she coming from? What's her physicality? And so we had a really lovely conversation. I felt like she was really thoughtful of kind of carrying what I was doing into the suit form. But no conversations about how to be super. I think the suit does so much work.
Yeah.
I mean, you put it on and you're just like, okay, I'm going to stand taller. I'm going to walk with a little bit more power because I got these big boots on.
Yeah.
Literal superhero boots, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. But you know, with you being superhero Mary and of course Mary Bromfield, you get to work with cast members now, including Zachary Levi, Adam Brody, Megan Good, and Ross Butler. So what was it like working with a talented cast?
Oh my gosh. I just felt like I got the richest experience. I joke that I got to go to all the birthday parties, if you will, because I was with the kids,
Right.
and that party, and then the adult party. It was like, man, I'm just with everybody. This is so fun. But honestly, gosh, you just listed so many wonderful names there. It was so much fun, and also such an honor getting to be in the same space as them as a coworker. You know, honestly, I think that alone felt very growing and maturing, and kind of a sweet moment for me to be amongst such successful, hardworking people in their own craft and get to spend many days with them.
Right.
Many days and many days off.
Yeah. And one of the things about, obviously Shazam is a big part of the DC world. And so is really Mary Bromfield, because they introduced the character probably in the 1940s, and she's gone by different names, whether it's latest Shazam, Mary Marvel. So, there's a lot of change going on in the DC
or the
universe
new
world.
champion, the new champion right now.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. So if DC or DC Films, the DC Universe were to ever to do a standalone Mary Marvel or just a Mary film, would you be willing to take on that role and be a part of that movie?
Does someone say no to that? Are there people who would say no?
I wouldn't think so.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. I mean, getting to play superhero Mary in one movie was such a joy. And I was so sad saying goodbye to that costume. Just because, you never know if you're going to get another one. You never know if it's going to be the same suit.
Of course.
The answer is of course.
Right.
Obviously. I mean, how fun. I think I really love Mary. I think like how fun to get to have someone who's so intelligent and so clever and who's been given just immense power, because she's got like Shazam's power range. She's got lightning, she's got flying, she's got running. She kind of has the whole smorgasbord of all the powers.
Yeah.
To get to do a spinoff or anything would be definitely a dream come true. That'd be rad. I'm in. Where do we sign up? How do we make it happen?
Yeah, we need to make that happen. And absolutely. But along with you, yeah, but along with your work with Shazam Fury of the Gods, you previously starred in the movie Fall. Now, I haven't get a chance to see that movie, but I saw a trailer, and then honestly, it kind of gave me anxiety when watching it. But what drew you to a movie that was kind of like a survival thriller?
Honestly, the fact that when I read the script, the first thing that stood out to me was how challenging it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because the first impression of it is, wow, this is an emotionally demanding role. And imagining these stunts and these scenarios, this seems like a really physically demanding role. But then I didn't know how it was going to be shot until I spoke with Scott Mann, the director, and he started telling me his vision to film it practically, actually on a tower in the desert. And then it was just, okay, please hire me. This is my dream. I want to be in an immersive set experience where you can't help but be a method actor because it's horrible. With all the elements and the bugs and the sun and the summer and the desert, and then also the fact that we had such brilliant professionals monitoring stunts that it felt like a safe environment to do all my stunts and do all my stunts I did. And I mean, that was the most full set experience I had ever had, emotionally, physically challenging. I don't think I'll ever have an experience like that again, because it was bonkers.
Yeah.
Just bonkers.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. But one last question for me before I let you go is when it comes to your future, do you have any projects that you are working on that you can talk about?
Not particularly that I can talk about, but there's one that I'm that's in development right now, and I'm having some creative conversations, and it would require me to train more extensively with my ballet background, which I'm really excited about, because that's like can get a little Olympic athlete level, where you have to just be so dedicated with your diet and your exercising and cross training. And I just love that stuff. I love it when the role requires you to physically get immersed in the world. So yeah, that's kind of the next thing right now.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Shazam, and I'll definitely check out Fall. Grace, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And congrats on everything, and continued success to you.